Good morning. It is, what day is it? Well, uh, January 4th, 2024. The kettle's going right now. I am exhausted, sick, all that good stuff to start the day. The dog is still trying to eat more food. There's no food in the bowl. There we go. So, yeah, I think I had a couple of topics to talk about, but yeah, so where do we begin today? It's the new year, fresh start, and I've been sick for about a week now. 5 days, something like that, 5, 6 days. I saw Willie and Dylan seeing some people on last Thursday, and yeah, I felt it. And then I was doing this crazy thing of not really taking any medication, just NyQuil, because my wife bought it, and I said I wanted a nice, restful sleep. But yeah, I was still under the weather tonight. Last night was not a good sleep. It really wasn't. But it is what it is. It's fine. Coffee. But what are we doing about coffee? The 2-pound bag, mainly for Amazon bags, came in on Tuesday. They look really good. There's no real complaints about them. The font, looks really good, but truthfully, I think I should have gone a little bit smaller for the logo, just because when you put coffee in to the bag, you put coffee into the bag, fill it up all the way to the 2-pound mark, it bunches up and the distinct nature of the logo goes down. So I think I'm just going to have to play around with that when I do some photography, studio photography, product photography, either this weekend or next weekend, whatnot. But yeah, just to make sure that I can get the bag presented in a way that it makes sense. Of course, when the customer gets it, it'll be filled up all the way to the top. But for presentations, pictures, and all that stuff, it needs to be presented in a manner that shows off the bag, shows them what they're getting, the front of the bag, the back of the bag, and then that's more so it. So I'll be doing some product shots of the 2-pound, probably play around with the 12-ounce 1-pound, and then I just put the final payment for the sample bags. The sample bags should be here later this month, at the end of the month, and that's cool. Getting bags are expensive. They really are. Per unit is not bad, but when you pay for it all at once, all new 3 designs, that's kind of like where you're at with that stuff. But and I believe the sample bag is going to be the most important bag. So yeah. Excuse me. And I gross out over here, trying to get better and not sick. So I think you can hear me fine. I'm pretty close. I'm probably about 4 or 5 inches away from the mic, something like that. But that's cool. I'm still in Amazon limbo, actually. I did send them a follow-up message. It's like, hey guys, I haven't heard from you. What's going on? It's been a week, and nothing, crickets. As wife says, and as many people say, if you don't hear anything, they're working on it. And that means that more so it should be approved, which it should be approved anyway. So I need to keep going, moving on. So product photography coming up soon. updating some things on the website. What else? Working on my listing. And then really diving into YouTube. I did talk to a couple of people about YouTube yesterday, and it was pretty cool. Some of them are further along than others, than myself, for sure. But I don't think that's the point. The point is that we're stuck, right? We're stuck. There's not progress where we're at. And we just need some help. And I am not so much of a group type of person. I'm a lone wolf. I like showing myself more accountable than anything. But something about this feels a little different, you know? So I'll reach out to them, see if this is the group that we want to make, and kind of just do like a WhatsApp group that we talked about, and really try to see what we can do about, helping motivate each other to grow. But let's get back on topic. Okay. So that's what's going on. And I haven't started my not photography, but I did sell a GoPro. So I'll be using the phone for a while. I do have a camera that I'm looking at getting. I'll get that in the next couple of weeks. I still have a couple of studio photography things to get rid of and get gone. And then, yes, so I will be starting that challenge or that discovery very soon with the new coffee that I got. It needs some work. I don't know if it's the coffee, the roast, the brew, the attitude that I had when I drank it. It was just okay, And I think that's fine, but I will be talking about that in a video that I do over the weekend, and that one's going to go to YouTube. I'm looking forward to it. We'll see how it works out. But other than that, do you have a light? I'm going to use my wireless mic. And then, yeah. So posting more on YouTube, that's the thing I like about podcasting. You don't get to see me, right? You just get to hear me. And when you post something to show people, it's scary, at least at first. But as we keep going and doing this, I will be getting more confident, just like I am getting confident with podcasting, And more so, I'll be podcasting in front of people, or broadcasting or video recording. Or the kind of like the same setup that I have right now, talking head videos, whatnot. So yeah, I think more than likely I'll start that challenge or that discovery in February. I want to get a couple things out of the way before I really get going on that. So yeah, that's going to be a fun experiment to do and all that good stuff. But other than that, I don't have much else to say. I need to bring more topics about coffee, right? I do have the topics, don't get me wrong. I do have them. But let's talk about, this is one that I would love to talk about. Let's go ahead and get into it. All right, that we wake up and we have our routines. We have them in the morning, sometimes in the midday, which is kind of, we have time to do things we'll do those the midday, in the afternoon, nighttime. But I think the morning time is where it really matters, right? It's like, yes, you can feel rushed as much as you want to, but you can get up earlier. But you do have those moments, probably 10, 15, 20 minutes, depending on the way you structure your day and what you have going on for yourself. You have a something that you look forward to, or things that you're going to be doing each and every day. And most people, it is coffee, right? You put it, you make the coffee, right? And you either drink it in the car, whatnot, right? Or you have a moment where you just sit there and just enjoy the coffee that you prepared for yourself or for others. And you have this ritual, right? And you love it, and it helps calm you down and helps you throughout the day and all that good stuff, right? And then something just happens, right? Something just messes up that routine, and now you have to do something different, and you're not a happy person. You've been a human being for so long, and it just pisses you off that now something does just interrupts the day. That's what I felt last week. Last week was hell. Oh. And it was hell because of the damn GoPro. And I've been trying to figure out the process, the system, in order to get things done, right? And it's been extremely frustrating because, you play around with the GoPro, you take a video, you try to load it to the clouds. When you load it to the clouds, it doesn't want to cooperate. And then you spend most of your days trying to see if you can get something of substance on it. And then you talk to a tech person. And then once that happens, you wonder if you need to get this $4.50 membership per month. That's not really working. And then if you do want to actually do videos, productive, informative videos to give to the world, to give to people, you have to go dumb it down to 1080p, which is fine. Most people watch videos anyway on their phone anyway. And then you have this micro SD card. And then you kind of just keep going in that rabbit hole of like trying to figure it out, trying to make something work the way you want to. And it's not working the way you want to. That's what I felt like all last week. It felt like a waste, but truthfully it's not a waste, because you're figuring things out. You're realizing that workflow or system or process or routine is not going to get you in a happy place like when you make your coffee each and every morning, right? So it's coffee related, but it's more so process and life related, right? Because we are creatures of habit. And if we get any type of disruption to that type of stuff, then it's not going to be helpful, right? It's going to be a waste of time. And that's what we're trying to prevent against, right? So as I go through a lot of the things that I'm working on right now, which I am doing a Kanban agile type of system of figuring out what needs to be worked on, what's of importance, and not so much worry about the outcome, but just the output that I put into things. I think that's the biggest things that we have to really try to do, right? we don't want to be robots, right? We want to be people who do things because we want to do them. And it's okay to be spontaneous from here and there, right? But I think some of the biggest keys and things that we have to take away with a lot of this stuff is that we want routines that balance our life. You know, we want routines that bring some type of curiosity, if that makes sense, to your life. And that GoPro crap was not working. And something I do look forward to all the time is making coffee, 1 to 2 cups a day, because it does help set the mood. And I do hope that you do have a nice system, routine, something that you look forward to that you don't have to think about. And if there's anything in your life that's messing up structure, bringing frustration, get rid of it, you know? Just get rid of it. But yes, that's what I got for you for now. We'll talk about some coffee stuff more and more as you get deeper into this, because I want to continue to help you on your coffee journey, wherever you're at, you know, provide tips and tricks and things that I look for when I'm drinking coffee. And probably later on, you may show me something to where it makes sense too for me to change or explore. But I'm looking forward to that with you. So I'll talk to you later. Bye.